So that was the beginning of a horrible, horrible, horrible situation. Moment of silence. And so fast forward to now, I'm 26, I'm in my right mind. Hey everybody, this is Dominique with Dainty Budgets, and I'm coming at you all today with my debt confessions video. This video is definitely long overdue, and I am really excited to just put it out there, even though it's kind of, for a lot of people, it would seem invasive to talk about your financial situation and things like that. To me, I feel like it helps keep me accountable, so why not? You know, I watch other people's videos and I definitely feel like it helps me. So yeah, that's pretty much why I'm doing this video, to encourage somebody else and to hold myself accountable. So the first thing I'm going to just talk about with you all is how I got into debt, kind of my financial story. I'm going to make it really quick just because I feel like it doesn't have to be that long and drawn out. But long story short, when I was basically 18, 19, I was living on my own. I was working pretty much 2 jobs during that time and going to school. So pretty much the things that I guess a normal 19-year-old would have to worry about was something completely different for me. I was worrying about housing. I was worrying about getting to work and school and feeding myself, clothing myself, all these things, right? So that definitely caused me to get into some financial trouble. So I would, you know, obviously you're 19, you're 20, you know, you want to be doing what everyone else does and you want to have what everyone else has. So of course back then, you know, it was popular to have, you know, the pink tracksuits and the Victoria Secret body sprays. So back then I was very much trying to have the best of both worlds, live on my own and have nice things. My first big financial mistake was getting a car. It was used. However, the dealerships that I went to, they really took advantage, and I honestly don't know how some of these car salesmen sleep at night, because it's just like the way that they take advantage of people. I just don't understand it. So I was 19 trying to buy a used car, no down payment, no cosigner, basically no credit history at that point. And so my interest was so ridiculous on that car. It ended up being like 24% interest. I don't even know what it was. And back then I didn't understand what that meant, interest, or you just see the amount of the car that they tell you, oh, the car is going to be whatever the amount is. And you're like, okay, yeah, I can afford that. And then they give you your monthly payments. And so that was the beginning of a horrible situation. So because of this car was literally a 2007 Scion TC. I bought it with 70,000 miles on it, something like that. And they sold it to me for, I want to say, maybe 11,000. I cannot recall the exact amount, but basically the car payment a month was $478. Moment of silence. $478, like that is insane. But to me, I'm not doing the math. I don't know what interest is. I don't know any of this. And so that on top of my insurance, I'm young. My insurance is like $200, $300 something dollars. And that pretty much was one of my biggest financial mistakes that I could have ever made. And because of that car, I had to basically, because initially I only had 1 job, but because of that car, I had to end up working 2 jobs. And then because of the car, I couldn't have the money to afford the things that I wanted. And so I ended up getting credit cards, and they just kept building up and building up and building up. And also at that time, I had to pay out of pocket. It was either pay out of pocket for school or get a student loan. And at the time, I couldn't pay out of pocket because I had this car note and I had all these other bills that I had to take care of. And so I ended up taking out some student loans instead of paying for my classes, which honestly were very affordable because I went to a local community college. And so my classes were only like $300 or something like that per class. I don't really recall the exact amounts, but it was extremely affordable to where if I had not had the debt that I had, and if I had lived with my parents and things like that, it would have been easier for me to pay out of pocket for school. Now, fast forwarding, I ended up giving the car back. I ended up voluntarily having them repossess the car, right? And they were like, it's gonna ruin your credit, blah, blah, blah. At that point, I did not care. I knew that this car was causing me it was just causing me so many problems, and it all started from the car. And I have to be very honest, somebody told me when I first got the car and I had that 7-day grace period, somebody was like telling me, oh no, that's not a good deal, you should turn the car back in. But back then I was very, very arrogant, and to me, I wouldn't say it was partially arrogance, but also I'm the type of person, if you tell me something, I need an explanation. Like if they would explain to me, what interest was and how this is going to build up and how, the car note and, all these things, because that doesn't even include, when your car breaks down and when you need new tires and y'all, like I just cannot. Horrible experience. So fast forward to now, like I said, I ended up giving the car back some years ago, but I still had the debts from my Victoria's Secret escapades and going in there and shopping at Pink. And for those of you who don't know, Victoria's Secret credit cards can also be used at Bath and Body Works, and that I'm done, that's all I have to say. You can use it at Bath and Body Works as well. And so I was just racking up that credit card. I also had a Macy's credit card at the time. I had a Tires Plus, or I can't remember the name of the company, but I had a credit card through them because obviously when you need repairs and you need new tires and things like that, and you can't afford to pay it, you're gonna take out credit for it. So I had that. I can't remember the other things that I had going on, also like my phone and stuff like that. A lot of those, I also had a Wells Fargo credit card. Some of those cards, I just honestly never ended up paying. I ended up defaulting. And so fast forward to now, I'm 26. I'm in my right mind, okay? I'm in my right mind now. I'm at the point where I don't care about name brand. I don't care about impressing people. I literally care about building a financial path for myself that leads to freedom to where I can go on vacation if I want to, if I want to quit a job because I feel like, my worth, they're not seeing my worth in I don't like the environment or whatever the case is. I have that freedom to walk away. I have that freedom to not work for money, but work for my happiness and just different things like that. Just the freedom that having financial stability can give you. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into my actual numbers of the debts that I have, so you guys can see what I'm working with, my plan to pay it down. And yeah, pretty much from there, you all will journey with me. And I'm so excited about that. Isn't this notebook so cute? Let's talk about this. This is from Target. And I don't know about anybody else, but when I get a new notebook, I feel like I could do anything, okay? It's like a new start. And so this was so adorable. So the first debt that I'm gonna talk about is my actual car note. This is a totally different car, obviously, because I turned that one in. This car note is I think I looked at the total today, and my totals on the screen are not going to be obviously up to date because, you know, interest and all that. But I actually looked today, and the debt for my car was like $16,020 and some change. I do have 5 credit cards, I want to say. Ooh, excuse the handwriting because I feel like I'm kind of far stretched, and I hope you all can see. Let me zoom in for you all really quick. Okay, and my credit cards, my first credit card I have is Capital One. And this credit card has a balance of $236. I have a Chase credit card that has a balance of $799. And then I have the Victoria's Secret credit card that has a balance of, I think it's $539 right now. The screenshot that I have may say $569, but I already paid this month's payment, so it's really $539 currently. And I did have that Macy's card, but I actually ended up paying it off last month. So that is $0. And then I have another card, which I'm thinking about closing this card. It's my Indigo card. I actually paid this off last month as well, $0. And I'm thinking about closing this actual particular card because they have a yearly fee of $75, and I just feel like, why am I going to spend? I don't want to close it because I know closing accounts can hurt your credit, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to have to pay $75 every year for a card that I may not use. And I'm not against having credit cards, but let it make sense, you know, make it make sense. My Chase card, I can get, you know, points back and things like that. I can get rewards for it. So this one I wouldn't mind using in the future once it's paid down. But these other ones like Victoria's Secret, Macy's, no, just no. Capital One, you know, I wouldn't mind having credit cards for emergency purposes, but overall, if it's not benefiting me like the Chase card would benefit me, I'm not going to use it. So I am thinking about closing this card ultimately. I do have student loans. Right now, the total on the student loans is $7,812.15. So I am thinking about right now, because you know of the panorama, we don't have to, you know, obviously pay student loans right now, and I haven't been paying them just because I was trying to get everything else together. But now I'm in the position where I can start paying these, even though you technically don't have to start paying them till probably September. So I do plan on starting to make payments on this again. So yeah, as of right now, I'm just gonna do the total, what the total is, and I'll have it on the screen as well. All right, so forgive me, I actually didn't realize I didn't have a calculator app on here, so I had to download this really quick. All right, so let's add everything up. So right now for credit cards, I have 200, get it together. All right, 236 plus the 799 plus the 539 leaves me with 15. Oh, 15. Oh, I don't think I'd be able to sleep at night. All right, $1,574 in credit card debt plus my car notes, which is $16,020 at the moment. and then my student loans, which is $7,812.15, which gives me a grand total. And I know I'm doing this so horrendous, and forgive me for. So this is the current amount that I owe in all my debts. So basically my plan is, as far as my car debt. So I read online, and please, I beg you, if you all know of any ways, any tips to pay down this car note quicker, it is simple interest, I would greatly appreciate your feedback. So for the car debt, I do plan on basically my car payment is $430 a month. I plan on making bi-weekly payments of $215. I read online that that can help you make extra payments, and that helps you to cut down on interest paid. So please, if you all have any suggestions, I definitely want to hear them. But that's how I plan on making my payments for this. I also plan on, when I'm not making those payments, so for instance, I'm sorry if this is like so confusing, but let me get out my calendar. Okay, so we're just gonna be a little, I don't want to say ghetto, but we're just gonna use this because I don't know, I guess this doesn't have a calendar app. Literally this thing has nothing, doesn't even have a calculator. So for instance, this week I'm gonna make a $200 principal payment. I'm gonna use my delivery money. I'm gonna make a $200 principal payment on the 6th. And then on the 13th, when I get paid, I'm gonna make a regular payment of $215. And then I'm gonna make a principal payment on the 20th, $200, and then a bi-weekly payment of $215. So I hope that makes sense. So basically, I'm gonna be making my regular car payment, which is $430. I'm gonna split that in two, do that bi-weekly, and then I'm gonna make let me not say I will, because you know things will come up, but I will try to make two $200 payments bi-weekly that go towards my principal balance. And as of right now, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the car or if I'm just gonna pay it down and then sell it and then get something else. Let me know what you all think. My father-in-law actually he sells cars, so I could get a car from an auction at a pretty good price. I don't honestly ultimately want to have a car note, so I can definitely trade this in and just get something for the time being, maybe like a $3,000 car or something, just to get me around, and then save up to get a more reliable car. And then that way I don't even have a car payment, or if I have a car payment, it's very, very minimal. So let me know, you know, you all who have wisdom, have been here, done that. I definitely want to hear what you all have to say about that. As far as the credit cards, I do make more than the minimum payments on, lately I've been making more than the minimum payment on the Capital One card and the Chase card. I plan on paying off the Victoria's Secret card last. And the reason is because I feel like if I get in a bind or something like that, I could always use these cards. This Victoria's Secret card, I can't always use. So I'm not in a rush to basically pay off something that can only get me close. But I basically do make additional payments every month. So Capital One, my regular payment is, I think it's like $25. I make $50 payments. Chase, I make $50 payments, and I think the regular payment is like $40. So it's not that much of a difference, but I do make that extra payment, and my Victoria's Secret payments are $30 a month. So with the way things are going, I should honestly have my Capital One card paid off by next month, and I'm so excited. So I do have my debt envelope, and pretty much anytime I can, I do stuff it. And once this, let me slow down because I know that I am horrible at explaining things, so let me slow down and say this properly. So for instance, my capital one payment is 236. So let's say one day the balance left is 180 and then I have 180 in here. So then I can basically take the money out of here, completely pay it off, and I'll just start over for the Chase payment. Same thing. I'll keep paying the extra payments until this envelope gets full enough to just completely pay this off. So that's kind of how I'm going about paying off my credit card. So as of right now, the next card I plan on paying off is the Capital One. So right now I have 20, 40, 60, 80, $90. And with my regular payments and how much I'm putting in here, it should be paid off by next month. So I'm really, really excited about that. As far as my student loans go, I do plan on, while there is no interest adding up on those, I'm trying to make $100 a month payments just to add something to it. And then from there, just basically tackle everything. My biggest concern though is this car, so I can knock out all this other debt super easily. So let me know you all's thoughts. I thank you so much for watching and coming along with me on this journey. Oh my gosh, y'all know I'm clumsy. For coming along with me on this journey, I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.